Manito, oche amane pe matsoen, hey ya, ho, kinanas kumti na nochi oh.
Hello, how's it going, everybody? Here we're back again, second night here. Just want to thank everybody for all that tuned in on the last episode. It was great to share my story. Got lots of good feedback, positive feedback from everybody. So I thank you guys for all of that. It was kind of overwhelming with all the congratulations, all the good jobs, all the just a journey that I was on. It kind of makes me feel awkward. It's tough for me to accept like the compliments, but it's so easy for me to give them. I don't know if anybody else is like that, where accepting compliments is a little bit tougher. So something that I've been working on. The thing that really inspired me and stuck to me was just the people that reached out to me and said that they had some form of connection, whether it was a similar story or someone that they know that was going through something, battling with addictions, but also for the ones who have their own addiction problem too, and I've been working on that journey. So it was great to see all the warmth and all the stories that everybody else has been sharing. I guess what I wanted to do was tonight was I've been feeling like this for a while. I get lots of feedback and lots of congratulations from lots of different people when they congratulate me on being a good father with my daughter. I have a 13-year-old daughter, hey, and I've told you guys that story before. But every time I hear that, I've always had this ugly feeling inside, this gut instinct where it's just a not good feeling. I'll tell you where it comes from. It comes from the fact that I'll be jumping around in this whole piece. You'll get an idea of it, but just for that piece, when I get congratulations or someone tells me that I'm being a good father, it makes me feel weird and inside my stomach because for those of you that don't know, and I don't talk about this much, I have an 11-year-old son. Hey, Brody Shalen Fox. Haven't been in his life. I can honestly say that, and it's tough. He's not even a Fox anymore. I'm pretty sure they changed his last name to changed his last name to Frank, and I signed a paper a couple years back, and I was okay with that, right? My train of thought was, he's more on his other family sides, and I was okay with that. Part of the situations that I've had with my kids, it's I had the agreement just when we're pregnant, having kids. I either wanted them to have my last name, Fox, or else be registered out in Sweetgrass. So I kind of said, like, let's have one or the other. And yeah, I was able to. Both of my kids were able to be Foxes, but they were registered in their mom's band. So that's something that I've always struggled with because I was never in my son's life. And I know there's lots of parents out there that are in the same situations, whether they're split up and they have they're not in there too, or else they're like a parenting. And I know it's not easy. I struggle with it because it's tough knowing that people congratulate me about being a good father when deep down if they knew I had a son, I don't know if they would think the exact same way. Because am I really a good father if I'm not in my son's life, not in my children's life? You only hear one side of my child, right? So it's kind of whenever people hear that, I always want to ask them, do you think I'm a good father now? And last week, I went for country cuisine with one of my buddies on Sunday. So, and I was already feeling this, and I was talking to my bestie about this too. And he even said, Shalen, I heard your story. It was great. He said, but why didn't you talk about your son? And this is the exact same conversation that I've had. I wasn't in his life. Me and the mom were not healthy. We had a toxic relationship. I'm not trying to do this where it's me versus her. I'm not trying to get you guys to be on my side and against her. I'm just out here to tell my side of the story. And I've tried to talk with her, but she doesn't want to talk because she only knows me from my unhealthy stuff. And I don't blame her for not wanting to talk to me when all she ever remembers from me is being unhealthy, being grouchy, being mean, kind of thing, right? So just haven't had that chance. And when she's tried to reach out to me, I just haven't reached out back. So it goes both ways. The times we haven't reached out, we haven't been on the same page. So yeah, I used to do this before too. Whenever I'd see my son randomly, even my daughter, before I drank too, but this was with both of my kids. When I would see my kids randomly, and I would pick up my daughter. I would see Brody he would be at my mom's, or I'd randomly see him at a soccer tournament, and I'd be buying them a burger. I'd be buying them Pampers. I'd be buying them clothes, and I would take a picture, like a selfie. Here I am being a good dad, and posting that on social media just to pretend that I'm in his life when really I knew I wasn't. I was just doing it for, I guess, to have the appearance of thinking I'm doing the right thing, but really deep down inside, I knew I wasn't. And it was for my own fact. I'm always trying to be a better person, and and I've thought about this for years, and I've always had the opportunity to speak it, but I never have. So I stopped doing that. Even with my son, I would not post a picture when I would see him randomly because I'm not in his life. So why do I have to pretend on social media that I'm being this awesome dad that's randomly buying him shoes, randomly buying him Pampers, buying him a hat? Why do I have to pretend that I'm being in his life when really I truly know I am not? And I see it lots on social media with some friends and families that are in the exact same boat, and we got to be real with ourselves. Because our kids know if we're in their lives or not. Our family and friends know if we're in our kids' lives, like genuinely. And that's where I'm coming from. And I don't put, and I remember early on when they would try drop off the kids with me, and it would be like, I would just think like, why? So you can go out and drink, why? So you can go out and do whatever you do with your friends? Like, no, stay home and be a mom. But yet I was doing the exact same thing, so why is it any different? And I remember like being unhealthy and like, I don't want your boyfriend around my kid. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. But yet if I had a girlfriend, like, it was okay for me. So why was it okay for me, but wrong for you? So that took a lot of a lot of healing and a lot of growth. Me as a person facing my own realities. So it was tough. Still is tough. Um, I know I should be in my son's life. It has nothing to do with the mom. You know, if we don't have a relationship, that is fine. That's on a whole nother level. But for my son, I should be there for him, but he should also feel and know that I do care and I do love for him. You know, it's fine that I send an e-trans every month to his mom. You know, it's fine, and that's how I always checked it off. Yeah, I am being a good like a good dad. So when I had that conversation about being a good dad, I replaced the word with consistent. I was consistently in my daughter's life, but I'm inconsistently in my son's life, because I know I'm a good father when I'm with my with my daughter, but I'm a consistent father with her. I'm an inconsistent father with my son, and I accept that. You know, she is no better, she is no worse than me. The other part of the reason why I guess I kind of use this as an excuse, I know his grandparents on his mom's side are heavily involved in his life. And it's, so I kind of think like, you know, he already has his support systems in there, but why can't I be another support for him? Why can't I be that other loving aspect where he knows that he is loved and he can become anything he wants, and I can teach him lessons? It's not about money. It's not about clothes. It's not about shoes. You know, we have to remember to teach our people to be good people, to grow up with love, grow up with responsibility, to be able to deal with their emotions, love, happiness. So it's a lot of takes a lot of courage to where to put your energy. I don't put my energy into the mother anymore, because that relationship's going to have to take another conversation, and we're going to have to sit down as two adults. And when that time comes, that time needs to come, right? But for now, what am I in control of? I can control how I reach out to Brody, you know? So what I've honestly done since last week with the show, I've been thinking this. I already reached out to his uncle. You know, I'm still pretty good bros with the uncle, her brother. So, you know, tomorrow the three of us are going out for lunch. You know, I'm going to start it off in that sense and just build it up from there. You know, if I have to reach out through the grandparents, then I got to reach out through through them. If I have to reach out through the uncle, that's fine. So takes a lot of healing, takes a lot of inner work to know the damages that I still cause on people. Yes, I'm in my healing journey for myself, but I can always do something more. You're always working on something better, and for now, it's for my own children. So those of you that are out there struggling with the same situations, you know, direct your energy to the kids. Don't worry about what the other parent is doing when you're not with them or when you have the kids, because that's out of your control. You're just gonna beat yourself up over energy, and all these different thoughts will be coming in, and you know, and once your mind starts running, it's tough to control, and you start thinking the worst. And you know, so that is something that I've been working on, and I'm going to continue to work on it. And I know there's lots of co-parenting out there. I know there's lots of single parents, and it's not just moms, it's not just dads. You know, that's why I just say the co-parents. It's not a gender-based parent. The dads are not better than the moms. The moms are not better than the dads. You know, everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different way of dealing with it. So I'm proud of those parents that are in their lives, you know, and I get, I don't know if I'm jealous, but you know, I'm proud of them. And and I wish I can get to that level, and it's going to take some work and some time. So that's where I am with that healing journey. So I encourage all you parents out there who are in the same boat, just like me, reach out to your children. You don't have to go through the parent. There's other ways of communication. You can go through a brother, you can go through a sister, you can go through the parents, or the grandparents. There's some of the friends. There's always a different way that you can get into there. So that's what I wanted to share with my own life, because I see it in lots of our people who are learning to be parents, and I see lots of kids in our own schools that are growing up in single homes, and I know the struggles of it. So you have to remember why you are working on yourself. Exactly what someone had just posted there: healing our own selves and learning how to love and accept ourselves is a must before you can love anyone else. Exactly. You have to love yourself first. So that's something that I wanted to share with tonight. That's been sitting with me for more than just a week. It wasn't just Saturday. All of a sudden I had this new train of thought. It was something that was always in my mind since I became sober anyway. So the last 4 or 5 years, I've just never addressed it. I just never wanted to face the fact that I'm inconsistent in my son's life, so, but you got to start somewhere. And I started that healing process a while ago. Now I'm doing the best I can to get out to the communications. Another thing that I guess I've been thinking about too is what I've been doing here the last couple of weekends, or last couple of days. The last couple of days is just reaching out to family. I used to think that people will reach out to me. Well, I shouldn't say people. My family would reach out to me if they wanted to talk, if they wanted to ask me for something, if they wanted anything, But I forgot that I need to reach out to them too, because it's not easy to ask for help. And I know you need to help yourself, but why weren't my family asking me for help? I was standing here willing to help, and I've come to the conclusion that did I really offer it, that I would be there to help, and help comes in different forms. Help is even telling someone that you love them. Help is telling someone that you support them. Help is telling someone that you're proud of them. Because when they are struggling with anything, whether it's addiction, whether it's relationships, whether it's themselves, they have to know that they can count on you. And I never ever did that. And that's something that I've been thinking about here the last couple of days, and just more and more and more, because it's good when people check up on you. You have to be the bigger person, and sometimes you have to be the ones to reach out to them and tell them that you love them, whether it's a message or a phone call, because people want to hear that they are loved. That's why they turn to addiction, because they don't feel that love, or they're trying to numb out a trauma. So it goes from both sides. Yes, I was always going to be here, whether someone wanted help or not, but knowing that I'm giving it out there, have my hand out, then they know they can reach out and they can grab that hand and have that support. So today, what I did, I was thinking about this for maybe the last 12 hours. Everybody has a phone. All of us are on our phones. We spend probably about 6-7 hours out, maybe less, more, but we spend lots of time on our phone. And how long does it take to send a message that I love you and I'm thinking about you and I am proud of you? It doesn't take much to do that. And it probably took me about maybe half hour to send out messages And I just did not send a generic one. I individually sent one each to every family member. And it took me about a half hour, but mind you, I'm on my phone anyways. So send a message out to someone that in your family that needs to hear that they are loved. He needs to hear that they are supported, because we only have so much time with them on this earth. And if something happened to them and the creator took them back, how would you feel if you never told them that you loved them, that you're proud of them? You're always going to think of that later on, So today is your day to start a new opportunity. Today was my day to start and lead by example. A lot of the responses that I got was, I was surprised. Thank you. That was good. That was good to hear. So I want to continually doing that. And I know texting is the easiest way. And I know we're connected through Facebook because we're posting what we're doing. And we think that we're in our lives, but really we're not in our lives. We're just reading what's going on in their lives. When you sit down and communicate, you're actually going to do a little bit better and get that understanding, learn to communicate. So I encourage all of you tonight, whether this next week, to send a message to one of your family members, siblings, and just let them know that you're proud of them. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care and that you're here for anything that they possibly need. So is there any questions? Do you guys have any questions that are out there, or any comments that are on these two topics? Because I feel like lots of us can relate to these topics. Let's give a few minutes to get some comments. Yeah, it's a little bit nice weather out there, so I know everybody's taking advantage of the weather. So we all need a reason to stop the bad behavior, and mine came in the shape of pudgy 16-month-old daughter that cried and reached out to me for love and support, protection, guidance, etc. I'll be waiting for my text. Melissa, yes, happy belated birthday. Shout out from Deb. Oh, Debbie is in retirement. Yeah. Misty, the 9 a.m. class at the CrossFit. You have to come to the open gym. Yeah. Krista, yeah, no, it was it's good that you're always on here. I always one thing I want to say about Krista is, I always watch these podcasts, whether I watch them live or I watch them later in the show or like later in the day. But she's always on the show commenting and sharing, and it's because she's proud of her son. She's proud of River. She's proud of all the speakers that are on here. And that's what we need more of. We need more of our Indigenous people to be proud of them for each other. We live in such a society world where it's whoever makes the most money is on top. Whoever has the most degrees is up here. But are we truly good people? That's where it comes. It comes from, So yeah, there's Raymond, me and him always have chats. I was lucky to have Raymond here the last couple of days, come in a visit when he was out here, so we just got to chill, and I even reminded Raymond to just enjoy life and balance it, because you can't always be on the go. You have to have some time for yourself. You have to have times for your loved ones. There's a time for work. There's a time for play. There's a time just to sit down. So I was just enjoyed Raymond just sitting here, and we're watching a TV. Yeah, Delbert and I always exchange messages. We always ask each other what our workouts were and just have a good morning. So it's always it's always good. Even my Uncle Corey, what I thanked him for is, he's such a good cook that he cooks good meals for his family. Last Sunday or Saturday, some other families family members came down, and he made his famous pot of like a chili. And every time I've had it on NFL Sunday, we always go to watch the NFL Sunday. It's always been spicy, and that was the first time that it was regular. And I just told him right away, like, where's the kick, you know? But we had a little bit older people in there, so he couldn't have it. Kelly, what did Kelly say? I'm off to Meta to go visit my 81-year-old mom. Thanks, Shalen. You're right. Never know when the creator takes it back. Yeah, you know, and enjoy those moments. The one thing I'll tell you, and it's not something that I camel. It's not something that I regret. I don't beat myself up over this, but it's something that I think about, and I think this is where I got my train of thought. A lot of my life has changed in a different aspect when we lost our like my cookum. And I remember that morning I came back from the gym. I was getting ready for work. My auntie Shauna had phoned me, and I was ready to get in the shower, and I was like, you know, I'm just getting ready for work, you know. I didn't answer it, and she phoned again, and I just jumped in the shower, and I was on my way to work. And then she messaged me, and she said, Cookum is not doing too well. I'm going to take her to the hospital. And I was just thinking, you know, like why? Like, just didn't even dawn on me like anything else. And then she said, Musham is just sitting at the table eating cereal. So I thought, you know, like if it was serious, he wouldn't be sitting at the table seriously. He would be getting ready to. So, you know, in my own train of mind, I was just like, you know, it's nothing. At that point in my life, we never really lost a family member, and we never lost a parent or anything like that. So, you know, you just think your parents and your grandparents are going to be here forever. And I remember then I got to work about 8:30. I was only at work for about a half hour, and I didn't have my phone on me. And then my mom was phoning me, and I was like, why is everybody phoning me here in the morning? And then I never answer phones. And then my mom said, call me. So I did call my mom back. And then that's when she told me that my cookum had passed away. She took her last breath at 8:55, you know, and that was about 8:10 in the morning. My auntie Shauna started to text me and call. And I think if I would have answered that phone call right away, you know, I could have been there to enjoy one last moment with her. And that's something that I always think about because I never got to, you know, and I have lots of memories, you know, and I honestly do, but, you know, that's a time that for my own self, how many phone calls that I don't answer from friends and family that are just want to talk. And sometimes I don't answer, you know, and that's with my own thought. So I don't know how many of you are like me. I have my phone on silent at all times. And the reason why I do that is because if I hear the ting that someone's texting me or calling me, I just need to know what it is. So I don't have it on, but then I always check my phone every 45 seconds. So it's like, what's the point? I'm always on my phone anyways. So, and I also know people, we always say, answer your phone, you're on your phone. All of us are on our phones, right? So something that I think about. I think we need to cherish our moments with our family and friends, spend a little bit more time with them, not just reading off our Facebooks and reading the post and thinking that we're in their lives when really we're not. Social media allows us to be connected, but we're also lost that connection with our own family and friends. I use Facebook thinking that I'm staying in people's lives, and it is a good tool, but also it's such a bad tool that I don't really know what's going on in their lives. That's only what they want to post and share. So something that I think about, and I hope you guys can think about this too, moving forward. So Any more comments or questions? Yeah, with that, I just wanted to share those little messages. We're all wired for connection. This is the thing about me and Vanessa, man. Whatever we've been thinking, and talking about, it seems to come up, whether it's in social media or it's with us in a post or it's with someone else, that it happens in our own lives. And it's like the universe or the energy is, I don't know how she explains it, but man, she can explain it good, though I can't. I just don't understand it. But I can see it and I can feel it, where everything just connects, and it's overwhelming at times. And sometimes I just don't know, and I just don't have the energy to put into it. But it's so weird when you start, and it's exactly like, if you think positive, you're going to see the positive results. If you want to make that change, the changes are going to be happen. So it's kind of cool to see when Vanessa talks about that stuff. It's overwhelming at times because I don't understand it. And maybe sometimes I don't want to understand it. So, are you going to retire from soccer or play forever? I'll watch till the day you hang up the cleats. My favorite player. You know who I want to inspire is John Finday from Sweetgrass. I think he's in his late 40s. Still plays on our team. 47, I want to say, maybe 48. But man, that guy still plays with the young guys in the early 20s. I'm 37, and I think I'm one of the second oldest maybe on the teams. So it's I want to play as long as my body allows me to play. I'm still a kid when I jump on the field. I enjoy the moments there, but sometimes my body takes a toll. But the thing that I miss about soccer and I enjoy about soccer is just hanging around with everybody on the soccer field, outside, just BSing and having the laughs. That's what draws me to soccer. So, yeah, in that sense, those are my two topics that I was thinking about this last week, and I hope you guys have some form of connection and some kind of relatable story. And you guys start thinking about your own growth. That is my word for 2021. Karis, hello. Yeah. It was just her birthday the other day. Haley Rose is powerful and moving forward towards. Thank you, Haley. So thank you guys for listening. Something's always on my mind, and sometimes I just need to think it out, to outthink, and just thinking out loud. You're gonna win another title in BC. The one that I want to win twiz is a Victoria. I've never. I think Victoria and the World Cup are the only two that I need to get off the bucket list. We've won in Terrace before, so it's good. Yeah, Debbie, it's always great. Always seeing you at the soccer with your mom, and the way you guys started Mosquito MNG, I believe Mosquito Next Great. Is that what it stood for back in the day? Yeah, I remember playing the Mosquito Next Great, so it was good. Setting you through. Yeah, when I used to have a little bit more speed. I actually wish I could play soccer today just to see where I am at physically, because I'm probably in one of the, I wouldn't say the best shape of my life, but in October I was 215 pounds. Today I'm walking around at 195 pounds. So just from eating healthy. So I wish I can see myself just on the soccer field. I just my own little battle, just to see where I would be with these Delberts and Raymonds and Twizzes on the Quinton Drever, just to see where I would stack up against them. So yeah, no, continue sharing your guys' story, continuing sharing the Indigenous success. Those of you that are in the Battlefords, continue sharing the lighthouse. A lot of our Indigenous people rely on that service. It's going to be closing on April 1st, I want to say, and the next a little bit. That's not good in our community. and you think, if you're my old train of thought where I used to think, what am I going to do? How is my voice going to be heard? We all have a platform. We can all send a message to the MLAs, because the more messages and the more letters and the more signatures on the petition that they do have, it is going to make a difference when there is not just 300 of us, but there's 3,000 of us, when there's 6,000 of us. So make sure we support the lighthouse, because it's something that we need here in the Battlefords. I believe Haley just wrote a message on there too. Somebody contact Brett Wilson. So we all know somebody. So let's use our voices. Let's use our good to continue in there. I'm at home. I seen him earlier, and he always asks me this. This is what my husband always asks me: are you going this way, or are you going that way? And the reason why he asks me this is because he asks if I'm going to Saskatoon to see my daughter's mom, or he's asking if I'm going out to Little Pine to see my son's mom. So he likes to joke around to me to which mom that I'm going to see. So he always asks me left or right. Does never mind. It was those close belly fakes that made you great. Belly fakes. Yeah, you know where the belly fakes came from? For those of you that are listening, used to be a little bit heavy in the stomach. So I had a belly back in the day, and I was able to run fast still. And I don't have crossover moves. I don't have that kind of stuff. So the way I would fake out guys is with head fakes, or else I started with the belly, and the belly would be going this way, and I would go that way. So that's where the belly fakes would be coming from. My uncle Corey always has that story. He tells it a lot better than I do. So I don't want to take up too much more of you guys' time this evening. Just another thing again, share a message to your loved ones. Let them know that you care. Let them know that you're here for them, because they also need to hear that. They also need to feel it. We can't just say that our door's always open. Sometimes we have to go out and bring people in so they can connect with us. So with that, thank you guys all for listening, and I'm looking forward to the next week's topic, which is something that I've already been ready to go. It's a success story. So I thank you guys for this evening, and I will let you guys go. Thank you.